Travel is more than just seeing new sights. It's about immersing yourself in new experiences and embracing the unknown. It's about feeling something new, something that stirs your soul and awakens your senses. Germany, rich with history and vibrant with modern life, holds a special magic for the curious traveler. From the bustling streets of Berlin to the serene countryside, every corner has a story to tell. My travels were about searching for the soul of the country, beyond famous landmarks. I wandered through narrow alleyways and explored rural landscapes, seeking the essence of Germany. I sought experiences that don't make it into glossy brochures. Sharing a meal with locals at a small cafe or attending a hidden festival offered me a glimpse into the authentic German way of life. These are the life-changing souvenirs we carry in our hearts. Moments of reflection by a peaceful lake or the joy of holding a keepsake remind us of the deeper connections we make. This essay is about those untold stories, the Germany I discovered beyond the castles and city squares. It's about the small, lesser-known villages and the quiet streets away from the tourist crowds. It's a collection of personal moments that taught me profound lessons. Conversations with locals and moments of introspection have enriched my journey. My hope is to inspire you to seek out your own hidden corners of the world, to look at a map with excitement and prepare for adventures that await in the less traveled paths. The real treasures of travel are often found where we least expect them. In charming alleyways and scenic spots off the beaten path, we find the true essence of a place. So come with me on a journey through the heart of Germany. Let's board a regional train and walk along scenic trails, discovering the beauty that lies beyond the obvious. Let's wander off the beaten path together and explore ancient towns and meet wonderful people. The cobblestone streets and rural markets are where the true spirit of Germany can be found. This is not just a trip. It's an exploration of how travel can open our minds and hearts. It's about being inspired, standing in awe, and writing our own stories in the pages of our journals. My journey took me deep into the heart of the Harz Mountains, a place where the landscape seems to breathe with ancient stories, and the air is thick with the scent of pine and earth. As I wandered along winding trails, the early morning mist curled around the trees, and the rising sun painted the peaks in gold and amber. This region is steeped in folklore, its villages echoing with legends of witches, spirits, and mountain guardians. Every timber-framed house and cobblestone street seemed to whisper tales from centuries past, inviting me to slow down and listen. One morning, I came across an elderly man sitting quietly on a weathered bench, his hands skillfully carving wood as he gazed out over a sweeping valley. His presence was calm, almost meditative, as if he belonged to the landscape itself. We shared a long, comfortable silence, broken only by the gentle sound of his knife against the wood and the wind sighing through the pines. In that moment, words felt unnecessary. The forest itself seemed to speak. He told me, in a voice soft as moss, that he had been coming to this very spot for over 60 years. Through seasons of sun and snow, he returned, finding peace and purpose in the rhythm of nature. His carving was more than a pastime. It was a living tradition, passed down through generations. Each figurine he shaped carried the memory of his ancestors, and every stroke of his blade was a tribute to the people who came before him. In that quiet exchange, I realized this was a story about connection, about how traditions and landscapes bind people together, creating invisible threads that stretch across time and place. The old man's life was deeply intertwined with these mountains, his roots reaching back through generations who had walked the same paths, breathed the same crisp air, and cherished the same views. Watching him, I felt a profound respect for his dedication, his quiet love for his home, and his commitment to keeping these traditions alive for those who would come after him. This encounter taught me something invaluable: to slow down, to listen, not just with my ears, but with my heart, to the subtle whispers of the world around me. Sometimes, the most meaningful travel experiences aren't found in grand adventures, but in quiet, shared moments, when we truly see and hear one another. The true treasure of my journey was not a souvenir or a photograph, but the story of the man on the bench, a story of heritage, belonging, and the enduring power of simply listening. In Erfurt, I wandered away from the main square and found a hidden courtyard. It was a tranquil oasis, a world away from the city's hustle. Residents were gathered, sharing coffee and cake at a communal table. An older woman named Helga invited me to join them. This courtyard was a shared space for all the families living in the surrounding apartments. They celebrated birthdays, helped with groceries, and looked after each other's children. It was a living example of how people can create a supportive environment. That afternoon taught me a valuable lesson about community. Community is not just a concept, it's a choice built through small acts of kindness. As I left, I realized you can find a sense of belonging if you are open to it. No matter where you are, connection is always possible. Monschau is a fairy tale town nestled in the hills, with its half-timbered houses and a gentle river winding through the heart of the village. The cobblestone streets seem to invite you to slow down and take in the charm of this picturesque German gem. As I wandered through the narrow lanes, I stumbled upon a small family-run bakery tucked away on a quiet side street. Its warm glow and inviting aroma drew me in instantly, promising something special inside. The smell of freshly baked bread was absolutely irresistible, filling the air with a comforting sense of home. Each loaf, still warm from the oven, seemed to tell its own story. The baker, with a friendly smile, recommended a simple lunch: fresh bread, still crusty from the oven, sliced thick and hearty. Alongside the bread, he offered local cheese and a crisp apple, all sourced from nearby farms. It was a meal that celebrated the region's flavors. It was simple, honest food, made with care and tradition, nothing fancy, but everything prepared with love and pride in local ingredients. Each bite was a revelation, a taste of history and craftsmanship passed down through generations. The flavors were rich yet humble and deeply satisfying. The baker shared not just his bread but a piece of his family's heritage, inviting me into a tradition that had nourished locals for decades. Food is a powerful connection to culture, telling a story of the land and people. Sharing a meal like this is a way to understand a place on a deeper level. This simple meal was a reminder that the best things in life are often the simplest. Good food, good company, and a beautiful setting. I learned to seek out bakeries and family-run shops for authentic experiences, where every loaf and every smile has a story behind it. The experience taught me to appreciate the beauty of simplicity and to find joy in the little things. A quiet meal, a friendly conversation, a moment of peace. It was a lesson in slowing down, savoring the moment, and realizing that sometimes happiness is as simple as sharing bread in a beautiful place. In Freiburg, I noticed a small brass plaque on the sidewalk. It was a Stolperstein, a stumbling stone commemorating Holocaust victims. I imagined the person who had lived there, a life filled with hopes and dreams. The Stolperstein made history deeply personal, a real person, a neighbor. These stones are a profound act of remembrance, bringing history into everyday life. They make you pause, reflect, and remember. This experience taught me that history is all around us, woven into the places we visit. It is our responsibility as travelers to honor these stories. The Stolperstein project is a beautiful example of grappling with difficult history. My encounter with these memorials was deeply moving. Travel can be a powerful tool for empathy and understanding. The most important lessons are often in the quiet, humble details beneath our feet. I took a detour from Hamburg to the Wadden Sea, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The tide was out, revealing a vast expanse of mudflats. I joined a guided walk with Klaus, a passionate local biologist. He taught us about the ecosystem and the rhythm of the tides. Walking barefoot on the mud, I felt a deep connection to nature. Klaus spoke about protecting this fragile environment. Travel is about enjoying nature's beauty and understanding our responsibility to protect it. My trip to the Wadden Sea was a lesson in patience and nature's rhythms. The rising and falling tide reminded me of forces greater than ourselves. I left with a renewed sense of wonder and commitment to being a responsible traveler. It was a detour that led to a deeper understanding of my place in the world. In Seifen, a village famous for wooden toy making, I visited a family-owned workshop. The craftsman was assembling a Christmas pyramid with precision and grace. His family had been in this trade for generations. He showed me tools his great-grandfather used, still in service today. The craft began when local silver mines were depleted, turning to wood carving. Candle arches and pyramids were symbols of light and hope during dark winters. This tradition was born out of hardship and resilience. My visit taught me the value of tradition and skilled craftsmanship. Seeing the dedication in each handmade item was inspiring. I left with a hand-carved angel, but the real souvenir was the story behind it. It was a story of light, hope, and the enduring power of human creativity. My journey through Germany was woven from quiet, unexpected moments. These experiences reshaped my understanding of Germany and myself. Travel shows us who we can be within the world. This trip taught me to value human connection above all else. Germany became a collection of faces, flavors, and feelings. These are the things that make travel transformative. I returned home more patient, curious, and appreciative of simple joys. The real magic happens when you step off the well-trodden path. This journey reaffirmed my belief that travel is essential for learning and growth. It expands our world with new friends, perspectives, and memories. The world is full of hidden courtyards and silent stories waiting to be discovered. The most important part of the journey is how you go with an open mind and a curious spirit. I share these stories to spark curiosity in your heart. Perhaps they will encourage you to seek out stories not in guidebooks. Adventure and connection can be found anywhere, even in your own town. Immersing yourself in a new culture is special. Travel can make the world a better place, one connection at a time. We learn that despite differences, we share a common humanity. I invite you to join me on this journey of discovery. Let's explore hidden corners, celebrate shared humanity, and become better global citizens. Share your stories, listen to others, and let the world change you. The greatest adventures lead to a new understanding of ourselves. Thank you for traveling with me through these memories. The world is waiting to share its stories with you. Happy travels.